Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. New year, new intro, same relaxed comedy. Please consider supporting us on Patreon as we are but poor lost circus performers and it helps pay for podcast equipment, editing hours, and also gets you some fun little goofy benefits. And if you choose not to, that's fine. That's fine. We'd appreciate a 5-star rating. We read comments and reviews in every episode, so enjoy this free one and have a horrible day.
I still remember making a bite where I just said its name. Ooh, I just remember making that other... I remember making a bite where I don't know. Was it even funny? What was the concept? I don't know. The caption was literally something like, when you're with Bae, and I just did like person A, person B, and I was like, you want to do that thing we both like? And then I just took my Invisalign trays out of one mouth and placed it in the other person's mouth. Everyone was like, get off this app.
Implying that you both have identical teeth. Yeah. So it both fits.
That's why I thought it was funny. And everyone else was like, ew! And I was like, okay, but it's me. It's still me. I didn't actually put it in someone else's mouth.
Yuck! You treat your girlfriend like that?
I would actually not like to wear my girlfriend's teeth. That's just me personally.
Dude, how dare you?
Shut up. Someone literally commented on the we get podcasts, that's like, the Spotify's like, what do you think about this episode? And if you comment, we'll read your review. And it's like, Daniel, how did you get a girlfriend? Nothing to do with the actual episode. I wore one of Nick's hats.
Anything critical you can add to this? How did he get someone? Like, Jesus, dude.
How'd this guy pull shit? Look at him. I've seen his OnlyFans. I know he ain't got much. I like how you and Juliana both, like, with a concerned face, you were like, You're not showing taint on there, are you?
Well, because you were like, oh, it's $10. And I'm like, $10?
You're like, Daniel, as a friend, your dick is much more than 10.
Like, that's out there for life, dude. $10? Can't even buy a good sandwich.
The people on OnlyFans are teaching me shit about OnlyFans. I had people, I understand they're being, like, respectful, but it's so funny the way it comes off because they're like, hey, I know you don't want to actually put your dick out there, but you can send pay-per-view like DMs for like $100, and I would pay that $100 to see your dick once. And I was like, oh my gosh, deal.
So I sent them out today.
So I'm naked right now. I'm sending right now.
I'm in the background. There's just a wiener in front of
I do my I do that thing where I laugh and back up, and you just see I'm like naked, waist down, full boner.
Hey, wait a minute.
I've learned how to make passive income. I'm live recording my dick right now.
It's going with the laughter.
Oh, girl.
Just bobbing.
Terrible. Ugh. Ugh.
Anyway, welcome to today's episode. Also, I think you were just in a rush because you said this is like episode 77, which I don't think
is it
what
77?
Number we're on.
We skipped 20 weeks. We both have like old gray beards. That would be so fun. If we ever get... First of all, you guys got to start coughing up some money for us to get successful. Second of all... I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We're all poor. I get it. But, like, it'd be kind of cool if we were big enough at some point that we could do just jokes like that at some point. Like, we just had, like, a makeup artist, like, put on, like, beards and age makeup. We did, like, an old episode. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I'd be down.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Prosthetics are like 4 hours though, so like all for us to go, ha, poop.
And
is it really worth it?
Anyway.
Guy in the back is like, I spent hours.
I left my wife's wedding to come here.
I missed my son's final graduation for this.
I missed my son's quinceañera. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
What? We're a progressive white family here.
Oh, okay. Oh.
No, that'd be fun to do the whole episode with that makeup. That'd be hilarious. I don't know.
I feel like we'd be sweating and then just inhaling fumes. And then by the end, we're just like high off our ass on chemicals.
Ooh, I am old. The beer's like half
so
hanging off. You're not looking so good, buddy. We're just lisping at that point. We're just talking like Tigger.
Drooling.
TTFN! What the fuck?
Why does no one watch us anymore?
That would be the saddest thing. We do 4 hours of makeup in 2 different locations.
19 views. Oh, dude.
The bouncing boner episode only got 19 views.
Things I do for clout.
But you know, that's kind of crazy. I mean, they may be insane, but it's a great confidence booster for someone to be like, I'll give you a week's worth of food budget for your penis.
That's your food budget? $100.
$100 a week? Yeah. How much are you spending on food a week?
$10 for crackers.
$10 for crackers. Who's your cracker guy? That's expensive.
I didn't say it's one box.
It's one giant cracker the size of a 6-foot man.
Just
One
not.
cracker per week.
It's just like it's, the drool is soaking into like the further
moldy.
part of the cracker.
I keep biting different places because each bite makes moldy the next day. This bite tastes sour.
It's like, all right, dude. Jeez.
Oh,
I don't know. $100 seems like on the steep end. No?
hey. Okay, first you're trying to boost my confidence. Now you're like, don't. It's not $100, dick, but it's not 10. Find somewhere in between.
No,
like
no,
12.
no. I'm not saying about you. I'm saying for groceries, dude. You're just shotting up in price. Well, actually, buddy, I think it's well worth over $100.
So I saved $100 by looking at my own dick. That's the dumbest joke I've ever made. Isn't that great? I don't even gotta pay to see this thing.
You just look down. So dumb.
I just get to look down. That's why I lost weight, you see.
Look at him move.
Oh. We need Julianna back. Yeah, I don't have many stories, mostly just like regular things now. Now that Daniel's got a girlfriend, he's just doing normal things and not like rotting in some corner of an Amtrak station like usual.
Daniel goes out?
What? To normal places that aren't cheap? What?
He ate a good meal?
Yeah, I'm making good meals. And like I made like fettuccine chicken Alfredo and like garlic bread the other day. Someone was like, "You didn't make that," and I was like, "No, look, it's in my house." They're like, "No, you just bought it. You're just you DoorDash that shit." I'm like, "No, that's expensive." Shut up.
You know how many dick videos I have to sell for that?
I have to sell like a quarter of my dick. I sell tip for tip.
Tip pics.
So who is DoorDashing? Have you ever DoorDashed anything ever?
No.
Dude.
DoorDash fees are stupid. You could get like a $10 meal, and then after fees and everything, it's like an extra $16 on top of it. So. No,
I'm like, who's doing that shit? Who's like, I could pay more than the sandwich to get the sandwich without getting up. I don't know. That's
I
crazy.
could pay double the price for the same amount of food?
6 inches for $6?
Stop.
I ain't talking Subway.
I don't know if you saw it. There's a video of a pastor, and he's like, I could give her... what does he say? He's like, I could give her 6 inches in the morning and 6 inches at night. But I'd rather give her the whole foot. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? It's so bizarre. He was dude.
No, he was. I think he was cutting his sermon in half, and he was like, "I could give you the full, like Subway. I could give you the full 6 inches now, or 6 inches later. I'll just give you the whole foot long right now." And everyone was like, "Ugh."
Huh?
It's always
Who is
pastors,
this guy?
dude. Ugh.
Can we talk about how, like, pastors are secretly billionaires?
Dude,
have you noticed that?
Insane. Yeah!
There's an Instagram post where they expose all these pastors wearing, like, hype beast clothing and like, crazy expensive shoes.
Isn't that wild?
And
they don't even care. They flaunt it in front of their congregation.
Yeah, dude, there's one video
where some guy was like, praise God, God wanted him to have that gold chain.
Some guy had this, like, harness, and he was flying through the auditorium, and I'm like, what is this, dude? How does that benefit anything? He's still talking. just like...
Some homeless person watching from the window outside, like, oh.
Get him out, get him out.
Kick out that dirty man right now. Dude, the homeless
$6,000 shoes and throws it at him.
Not even throwing it. He's like, I'm not giving you that shoe. I'm beating you with it. It's
Make
staying
sure
in my
I get
hand.
my shoe back. Oh, he dirtied my shoe. Like, what?
He sets the shoe on fire. Anything to keep you guys from getting it, to be honest. Anyway, fuck. Damn, that's dark. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Hi, welcome back.
Not much happened with me in the last week. I had a beef with Verizon, but it wasn't funny. It was just literally, I hate Verizon. Did I send you guys voice notes on that?
I don't think so.
I haven't been getting texts for like 2 months. They come in like...
Hello? What? No one reaches out anymore.
Why does no one fucking text? That's what's been happening. Either people don't get my texts or I don't get theirs. It's just, or I get them, if there's a third option, I get them 8 hours late.
That's awesome.
Like I texted my girlfriend in the morning, like, hope your day's going well. 8 hours later, she goes, yeah, the morning's going great. How's your day? It looks like I just ignored her for 9 hours. So she broke up with me because of Verizon. Now I got a beef with them.
I hate them.
So I bombed a Verizon, see? Whoa. Holy shit. I had a text detonator, but I couldn't fucking detonate it because the text don't work.
I had to manually call. There's a bomb in there. Set it off, okay?
I called from a payphone and had extra quarters. I have a bag
around.
I don't know. I wondered that though because I
have any still.
I wondered that. I literally, dude, that's how crazy it was. I had to consider using a payphone to call Verizon for help because I couldn't get calls for a bit either.
Dude,
they literally Verizon corporate restricted my number from calling 911. That's the craziest thing. You know how all phones are like legally you have to be able to call 911? Couldn't do it. That was crazy. You call 911 and they go, this number's blocked for some reason. Huh?
Word for word, that's what they said.
Yeah, because
dude, I don't know.
They're recorded.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know. No one's here.
What?
Sorry.
That's horrible. Anyway.
What accent is that? I always love doing that, but I don't know where that's from. I just feel like old 90s sitcoms have that accent.
Yeah. Old 90s secretary sitcoms.
Oh, that's horrible. He's in the back.
I don't know. But so I couldn't call, so I had to drive out to Verizon and
drive out to the police station. Hey, I'm getting robbed here.
Hey, I'm getting beat to shit right now. I asked the robber to come with me, like, hey, I know you're in the middle of something. Can we take it down to the station? Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to rob you, but all you have is $100 cracker. So I'm leaving.
And it's moldy.
And it's moldy in 7 spots. It's like a rat was gnawing on it. No, so I drove to Verizon and I was like, my phone's not calling anybody. And they're like, yeah, right. They called me and that message came through. Yeah. Did you turn it off and on again? So then I beat him over the head with a keyboard.
And then I was arrested.
It's like that meme where there's a cartoon bear in a bar and the bartender's like, hey man, why the bare hands or something? What's the joke?
What? Did you see a bear instead of a horse?
I fucked it up. Well, it's a bear. And I was like, wait a minute, what's the joke with the bear? I don't remember.
Never heard this. What?
I think it was a bartender. He's like, hey man, want a bear? And then it just cuts to The Revenant where Leonardo DiCaprio is getting thrown around by a bear.
Want a bear? What does that mean?
Like a beer. But it's
shit out of him too.
I'm not even a bear, and I would bite his back and throw him around. I'm sorry, this is awful. Truly horrible. Anyway,
horrible.
So I drove to Verizon. The dude at Verizon had to call like corporate Verizon and be like, "Hey, can you unlock his number so he can call people?" And then they were like, "No." They were like, "He's a child," and he was like, The dude literally sat in front of me. He was like, "Well, he's right in front of me, and I can assure you, he's not a child." And they were like,
"Wait,
okay.
wait! They literally said you're a child?"
Yeah. No, I'm not even joking. They said this guy is a child, and a parent called to lock his phone. So I, like, texted my dad afterwards. I'm like, hey, weird question. You didn't just lock my phone, did you? And he was like, no. I saw your OnlyFans, and I locked you immediately. It's just workout pictures, Dad.
Please.
Anyway, please. $100 cracker ain't cutting it. I gotta call someone. Yeah, so they literally corporate unlocked my fucking number then. And then I still wasn't getting texts after that. And I was like, but what about the text? He was like, So,
stupid. This dude can't text.
Dude, it was such a thing. So that, why don't you Google some help, bud? I was like, the phone doesn't work. So then I went back to Verizon and I was like, hey, I'm under warranty, so can I get a new phone? And finally they were like, okay, sure. I said apartment, like I gave my apartment number, I said it, and he was like, yeah, I wrote it down. He didn't write it down. It wouldn't ship from the UPS location because there was no apartment number on it. I was like, so can I pick it up at a hub? And UPS is like, no, Verizon restricts us from doing that. I'm like, can I change the apartment number? And they're like, no, you can't. Verizon restricts us from doing that.
We will shoot you point blank if you come near us.
They were whispering. They're like, Verizon will kill us if we fucking write the 3-numbered number on your
Sorry, can't
box.
do that.
Switches from whispering to yelling for no reason. So I called Verizon. I was like, can you change my apartment number? And the guy goes, what? And I was like, I'm being serious, man. I ordered it from you guys. And they were like, no, UPS has it. We can't do that. And I was like, I swear to God. So I called UPS again. UPS goes, we need to be on the call with Verizon to approve this. So then I'm on a 3-way call between Verizon and UPS to just put a fucking number. The worst 3-way possible. The wrong kind of packages on that one. Am I right?
Stop.
Please give us money. Yeah. From the back. So funny. All right. So then they finally fixed it. The funniest thing was I'm on the 3-way call with UPS and Verizon goes, hi, please update his address to 9 blah, blah, blah. And the UPS goes, well, we can't do that because we need Verizon corporate to approve it for us. And we were like, dude, please, I need a phone. I can't text anybody. So they finally updated it. I get a call like on a Saturday and they're like, okay, we approved it for apartment 123. And I was like, that's not it. Wrong apartment number. So they had to update it again. And then they tried to deliver it and brought it back. They didn't even call me to tell me it was here. They just took it back. So it took me like fucking a week to get this phone.
I was here.
And then after all that time, I'm not even joking, I spent probably 4 hours on the phone with people trying to get this thing figured out because I didn't have text. It's kind of important for work too. So then I finally get the phone. The box is in my hands. And I look on my old phone and a new article pops up that goes, Google Pixel finally fixed the text problem they've been having for 2 months. You can text now. And I was like, ah. So I didn't even need the new fucking phone, but whatever, here we are. So got a new phone. It's the same fucking phone as the last one. The warranty covers the same phone. I shit you not. Nothing is better about this phone. I just had to, you know how they transfer your apps over from one phone to the next? It should be like easy. They transferred them all over, but they didn't put any on the home screen. So I had to reorganize all of them and then re-sign into all of them. And the phone does the Google accounts automatically. So I got 19 emails at once that are like, you got a new sign-in into Google, new sign-in.
They're robbing you.
Dude, your account's gone. We deleted it to protect you.
We deleted it out of safety issues. Like, what?
Yeah, we deleted it to protect you. Me when I pulled over on the highway to change my Gmail password because I kept getting emails saying someone's breaking in right now, and it was just Neefy trying to log into the joint Byte account. So funny.
Someone's hacking you in the UK, and you're like...
I literally got 5 notifications on the road, and I was like, someone's trying to get in, and I fucking pulled over and changed it. Crazy shit. Anyway. What else happened? Oh, so I was in Bloomington. Blowno. And I was at a record shop. They were selling like posters for $2. It was crazy. And I bought one. It was like rolled up already. $2. They were not great posters, but I mean, I got one.
Okay, that explains a lot.
It was a poster of that guy's ass. Like, oh, for $2, hey.
Goatsy.
Ew, gross. Now I know what that is, and I fucking hate it. Ugh. Speaking of goats, apparently that's my star sign. We were looking this up over the weekend. The goat, apparently. Of course, the animal I hate is my star sign.
The greatest of all time?
Okay, so we were just taking a walk, me and Riley, and we passed by a store that had like a bunch of hippy dippy shit. We were like, oh, we got to take a look. And they had a book on like how to navigate life by star signs. Dude, this book gave me so much fucking anxiety. It was like how to for each star sign, it had like how to interact with the Aries coworker, how to manage an Aries coworker, how to have an Aries boss, and how to deal with them.
That's me. Go on. How do you interact with me, dude?
How to date an Aries, how to have sex with an Aries. How does an Aries have sex with you? So we're reading, of course, how this book says we have sex with each other. And this book was actually fucking offensive to humanity. It needed to be burned. Whoever wrote this book, fuck you. So we're laughing so hard. But this book's like, people believe these things. It's dangerous.
It's scary.
So this book, I'm not making this up. Here's what this book said about Aries during sex. They were like, the Aries, this is if you're the person receiving, so they're reading it. They're like, the Aries will be very passionate and engage with you towards sex, but the more passionate they are, the more resentment they're holding towards their ex. They can only express their love for you in their resentment towards people in their past in life. That's insane.
No. I don't do that.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't think about my resentment of exes.
What?
She said it was short.
She just had big hands.
She just had a long vagina.
I swear, dude.
She leaves me after this episode. It was really the part where you... Yeah, never mind. Anyway, so... Yeah, dude, that book was... I was reading that. Dude, it was quite shocking how awful it was. All of these things had, like, some... Of course, it was things that these people eat up. It was like there's some hidden lies or hate towards somebody, but it's only reflected in the love that they're giving you. But somebody is actually believing that. So they're getting a loving relationship, and in their head, in reading this book, they're thinking, oh, he hates his exes and won't talk to me about it. Can you imagine that relationship? Holy shit. That is fucking awful.
I talked to a girl once, and like...
You did? What was that like?
Whoa!
Sorry.
Drake clapping gif.
Bitch.
So
anyway. Big guy is right. Nice hat. Stupid. I'm just kidding. I like your hat.
So I was talking to this girl on Tinder, and she's like, "What's your star sign?" And I'm like, oh, "Here we go." And I was like, beating around the bush, essentially. And she's like, what time were you born? And I'm like, dude.
Oh, jeez, dude. That's like getting
I need to get away.
This book said I should ask you what race you are. If you're Mexican.
Just out of curiosity.
Then you're...
I gotta bounce.
These guys are lazy. Oh. Can't date you.
But one of the things she said, I gave her a fake star sign. I think I said I was like a Scorpio or something.
And
she was like, I kind of like those, blah, blah, blah. They're always so playful. I could see how you're so playful, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I'm actually a Gemini. And she's like, that's such a Gemini thing to do. I'm an Aries, dude. I'm not even...
That's just what an Aries would do, is lie 3 times about their thing.
I should have done every single star sign until I ran out.
Well, that's what they do every time. And it's so funny, without fail, those people are always wrong. Like, I saw a podcast clip from a couple people I follow. I love both of them as creators. They're both hilarious people. But one of them was, like, fully on this. They were like, I could totally guess you right now. Got it wrong, like, 5 times in a fucking row. Because people are people. That's not the way it fucking works, dude. It's so funny. Ugh. Or it was like she was like, oh, I know you're not this. Goes through 5 guesses, and he's like, you know the one you said I wasn't? That's the one I am. So funny.
Are we surprised?
No. I didn't have any exciting train stories this time. Not much happened. There was just this dude that was on the train. Like,
it just sounds really funny.
What?
I just don't have any good train stories. Like
usual. There was no bombs or anything this time.
I didn't see any good ones this week.
No, this time there was just... Yeah. This time there was just this guy that was like... I felt bad because he was just kind of asking everybody for, like, their trash, even though, like, he didn't look like someone that would ask people for their trash. Like, an old couple was walking off the train, and she had half a bottle of water that she's holding because she was going to drink it. And this guy goes, he kind of stands up a little bit. He's like, can I have that bottle of water, miss? And she's like, like, hands it to him. And he's like, thanks. Like, that didn't look right. Anyway.
Yeah, what do you do?
So then he just starts drinking out of 2 water. No, so then, like, that happened. And then, like, he kept trying to talk. I had my headphones in the whole time, thankfully. But, like, everyone that walked by in the aisle, he kept trying to talk to. So, like, the worker that, like, works at Amtrak comes by using a vacuum. It's clearly not his job. They're short-staffed. He's vacuuming the aisle. And this guy, after this worker is already through the door is like, you know those doors between cars that shut? So that door is like halfway through shutting. And this guy goes, and the worker's like, turns around, opens the door again. He's like, what? And the guy was like, so do you have to draw straws for that? And he goes, oh. And just turns around and keeps walking.
Fighting the urge to beat him up.
Fighting the urge to vacuum his face off. That was it. There wasn't that much to that. I just thought that was so terrible. I felt bad for that worker. He goes in the back. He's like, how did he know I drew a straw for this?
I hate him.
Oh, I guess it's not funny, but a good story. We saw Heather Shaw at Helium Wednesday. Holy shit. She was so fucking funny. It was crazy. We were hard laughing the entire time. Openers, not good. But then she came out, thankfully, and it went really well. So that was fantastic.
Was this a club situation where they assigned the openers, or is that who she's touring with? Or you don't know?
Well, so I don't think either, because one guy was from Kentucky. She's not from Kentucky. So I don't know. He was okay.
I'm not deep into Heather Shaw lore. I don't know.
Yeah, and then that's why I don't think she was touring with him, because he was like a Southern. He wasn't like a conservative by his jokes, but like he looked and he sounded like.
That's his sound.
Yeah, so he was talking like this the whole time. But this is exactly who Heather Shaw would tour with. Yeah. The first person was from St. Louis, so she was, I think, the club's opener, and I was like, I haven't done stand-up in like 8 months. These openers made me think I should do it again. I'm not gonna, but yeah, it made me think like, oh, okay, it wouldn't be that bad. So, but no, she did great.
We've seen some bad openers before, dude.
Dude, yeah. Okay, that's true. I do remember the calculus joke from that one dude. So parabola. And we were like,
how do you tell a computer scientist is less dumb than a mechanical engineering major? What is this, dude? What is this?
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah. And like people were being nice, but it was just a little too far being nice, because it was like, it's like,
he got you. He insulted the engineers.
Turns around, math. We're like, what the shit? Your face,
dude.
Dude, it was not good. And he looked and sounded like one too. It wasn't even like he leaned into the stereotype. He was like, oh, that's the way he is, huh? Yeah. That's not funny.
I wish him the very worst.
I wish cancer upon your family. Which is exactly an Aries thing to do, am I right?
Well, got me.
Yeah, also to clarify, I've got a lot of friends that do star sign stuff, but they're all like nice people who basically look at like the positives of each star sign. You know, that's different. If you want to, everyone has their fun thing, but if you're like one of those people that like explicitly uses the bad stuff to hate everyone as some like to get rid of your guilt, that's fucking awful. So anyway, Nick, you look like you had something to say.
Dude, my mom taught me if I don't have anything nice to say to just keep it to myself. Contrary to wishing the absolute worst upon that one comedian. But
it was a good joke. You're like, neither do I have a good joke, nor is it a good thing to say. I hate them.
I'm just full of hate.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, I was talking about this poster I was buying at the record store, and literally this is my trip. So I buy the poster. There's nothing inside it. That comes in handy later. I pack it. Hold on. I pack it in my suitcase when I get home. So I get in the car. We drive 40 minutes to get home. I put that poster in my suitcase. I get home. Like a day later, I start unpacking. A pamphlet falls out of this thing. Oh, and I have it. Hold on. I'll be right back. It's time for freedom. Come to flag now. And that's a mountain. What the fuck does that mean? So you open it up. Superior service. Spending your time at Flag will transform your life and accelerate your progress up the bridge, both capitalized, which is exactly what thousands of parishioners from around the world arrive every year for services. The Sea Org members who deliver these services are, of course, key to making Flag the extraordinary place that it is. Of course they are. Home to the most highly trained staff in the world, an elite team of professionals who provide the required level of expertise and flawless application of LRH tech. What's up, dude? Flag is renowned as the top training and processing org of the world. Training and processing for what? Fuck you. From the personalized review of every page, of every folder before you arrive, to a high-tech scheduling system so that you don't waste a moment. All details are cared for to make your journey up the bridge as seamless as possible. Arrive now, you'll receive intensive service. We stand ready to take you out of this world with exclusive Flag-only rundowns to propel you to full OT. What does OT mean? I don't know. Don't waste this brief...
I'm sorry.
Otter tits. What? Don't waste this brief breath in eternity. It's time for freedom. Come to Flag now. That's just the first page in this thing. So, what do you think this is?
I don't know.
You're correct,
like a cult, dude.
Would you like to guess which cult?
I don't know.
Here's the inside of this pamphlet. Maybe I shouldn't be touching this, but
that thing's laced.
Dude, yeah, with crazy
white powder
juice.
shoots out.
Look at these people. Rise to eternity, and they have 4 random fucking people. Oh, for those of you who are audio listeners, they're not fucking people. Like, it's just 4 people, and I cussed for no reason. I'm not good with words. Here's some quotes from these 4 people. There's not even names by these people. It's just pictures. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that until just now.
Brother 1, brother 2, sister 1, and sister 2.
Sister 1 and cunt 4. What? What
happened to the previous 3?
They were too cunty. This first quote from this woman: prior to doing cause resurgence, capitalized, I honestly had no idea how much my lack of energy was ruining my life. Next quote:
cause resurgence?
Dude, here's the next quote.
These aren't real phrases.
Here's the next quote. On superpower, I regained my ability to see truth, thus allowing me to...
Wait. He's taking a supplement called Superpower.
Dude, with superpowers now, I can see the truth, man.
Also, I can't see out of my left eye.
Also, I haven't pissed in 12 days.
Everything coming out of my butt is blood. Oh.
My eyes are salty. On superpower, I regained my ability to see truth, thus allowing me to have 100% integrity in all that I do.
Also, I can't move my arms.
Also, I killed 13 people last week. Next one says, if you want to get rid of your own sources of doubt, regret, small thinking, then sign up for the LS. All these things are abbreviated or not explained.
I don't know what any of this means, dude.
The last one says, this is truly a dream come true. I am flourishing and prospering like never before. I am on my way to cause over life, capitalized. Dude, and the final quotes.
Wait, where was this?
This was in the $2 poster I bought when I got home. And the crazy thing is, this is a heavy pamphlet. I would have noticed if it was in the pamphlet leaving that place. So it wasn't in there when I left, like I thought it was. I was like, hold on. And then Riley and I were looking over it because, holy shit, it's insane. And she read the name. She was like, oh, it's got an address on here. And the only thing indicating what this is on the address, because they have a return address for this thing. The return address is Flag, Church of Scientology. Ding, 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 ding. If you guess Scientology, you are correct.
There it is.
And the name is Nyambi Muhammad. Yeah. No, and I realized as soon as Riley read that name, I was like, it was my fucking brother. And guess what? It was. He stuffed it in there. He opened my suitcase and stuffed it in there. And I said, David, why is this Scientology pamphlet in my fucking poster in my briefcase? And he told me a story. He said that there was a guy that worked at the place where he works. He used to work in a mailroom for like a huge financial institution. I'll not name the financial institution. Anyway, there was a guy that like ran the mailroom who was only there for a few months and one day was just gone, never to be heard from again. They haven't heard anything from him. He just disappeared.
They took him out.
He keeps getting the building keeps getting his mail and they can't make it stop. Because if you know anything about Church of Scientology mail, it's that they fucking never stop.
Persistent and they harass you if you try to leave.
Correct. So that guy probably got murdered. And all his shit keeps getting mailed. So my brother was like, we keep throwing it out. He's like, I just kept wanting to throw it in your briefcase as a joke. So anyway, this is going straight in my trash.
So that's evidence.
It's got like a bloody handprint on it. I'm like, well, never looking at that again.
Really weird logo.
Please help from Nyambi. I'm like, oh, this is worthless. Nothing indicating in here.
That's unprofessional, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, that was, dude, until I read the back of that, I was like, I'm not even sure what this is because it was so professionally made. I'm like, this is the biggest non-talked about cult I've ever seen. Dude, what the fuck is that place? I almost want to go for a video, but then I would get murdered. So,
yes.
Here's Nyambi's mail. It's just a pile of shit and bones.
Here are his bones.
It's just, they keep sending me bone by bone.
2 minutes on your podcast. Anyway, here's his remains.
And they keep sending me like Lego instructions by the time it's done to like build Nyambi's skeleton back up.
This is the femur.
By the time I'm done, the next podcast, like 30 episodes from now, I have a whole skeleton behind me. I'm like, look, it's Nyambi. Anyway, let's move on.
Remember, guys?
And as I'm sitting here, the skeleton behind me starts lifting up its arms and like rolling towards me. You're like, Daniel. Fuzzy. Anyway, so that was crazy.
Wasn't there a horror movie that did that? It's around like a Skype call. What movie was that?
Yeah, a dude stuffed his hand in a blender, and it was the funniest fucking thing ever. It was supposed to be scary. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to look it up now because that's bugging me. It's like uncensored
or something.
Unfriended, that was it. They made another one. They made 2 of them. Isn't that crazy?
There's another one?
It's got to be the cheapest movie ever because it's free. Their budget was free. They got 7 people on a call and told them to scream.
Really quick, I had an experience that...
Oh, no.
It's nothing as crazy as getting a pamphlet for a cult, but it's just one of those. You ever have a moment where how do I even word this? You fail to realize that some people.
Oh
no, you fail to realize that that people are just dumb sometimes.
Yeah,
that's the best way I could put it. I'm sorry, that's mean, but oh well. So I was at this family restaurant and we got takeout. And I go to pay.
Can you say which restaurant it is or no?
I'd rather not because I still frequent that restaurant.
Oh, okay.
But it was a new cashier. And I paid with a $50 bill and my change was $11 and like 80 something cents.
Okay, dude. Flex
no, it's just I didn't have anything smaller. I'm sorry.
You're like, I stole it. Anyway.
So, I paid with the 50 because our total was like 38 with change, right? So my change was supposed to be $11 and like 80 something cents. Mm-hmm. So I pay for my food, and then the lady gives me a receipt, and then she looks at the register and she's like, and then she hands me $1 and then walks away. And I'm like, I look at my receipt and I'm like, maybe I read that wrong. Nope, I was owed $11 and 80 something cents. So I'm waiting there, and other people are getting sat down because it's busy. And then the manager walks by, and the manager goes, "Are you waiting to be seated down?" And I go, "No, I'm just waiting for my pickup order." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I go, "Before you go, the other cashier didn't give me my change." And the manager looks, and she goes, "Okay, what did she give you?" And I go, $1. And she goes, "Okay." And she pulls
Isn't
out her
that good
keys.
enough, man?
She pulls out her keys, opens up the cash register, and then she goes, "Oh, it's because we don't have 5s. Fully
Hold
serious.
Wait a minute.
And looks at me like that's a reasonable explanation for not giving me $10 more. And I'm like, could I get it in singles? She goes, "Oh, yeah. And she counts out 10 singles.
I guess so, dude, if you want to be a cock about it.
I'm like,
Jeez, what the hell?
I never had someone so confidently go, "Oh, it's because we don't have 5s. So I just don't get my money." Like, what? I've never experienced
I've had people
that.
give me change in quarters because they were out of bills. That's wild. What the fuck? They're just like, "Oh, no money for you, I guess."
And then,
what?
So she gave me, like, the bills, and I go, "Oh, I still need 80 something cents." And I know it's not a big deal, but still, it's the principle, right?
Dude,
so
no, it's not about the principle, it's the fucking law, dude. They're supposed to give you the fucking money back. It's on the paper, it's the law. Otherwise, they robbed you.
So, she looks, and I go, "Oh, and the change is 80 something cents." And she's like, "Oh, we don't have quarters." And I'm like, could I get
Bro just discovered the concept of money. You're like, the silver small ones are 10 pennies. Dude, that's crazy. Holy
and she's like,
shit.
"Oh, yeah. And she gives me
Good point.
the money in dimes. Just really weird. I never had that encounter where we go, "Well, we don't have 5s.
You left and they had an empty cash register except for a $50 bill.
Oh, we don't have anything.
That guy robbed us.
I'll make you another sandwich."
You're like, "Can I get it in dimes?" And they pause and they're like, which? Oh, it's
really
so
bizarre.
funny.
And then I went to the car and they forgot like half of our order, so I still had to go back in and ask for it. So just an all around fun experience.
So let me get this straight. You paid $50. They gave you no food and no money back. That's
they gave me some
insane.
food back. They gave me $1 back.
And they were like, "You should be happy with that." The $1 back for fucking nothing. That's wild.
It just made me laugh that they were like, yeah, we don't have 5s. Okay.
That's crazy. Wow.
I've just never seen that as a response. So that just kind of threw me for a loop,
insane.
but I giggled about it. I wasn't like freaking out and screaming and pointing at their face. But that was 2 days ago. Oh no, that was
And you're
yesterday.
gonna go back there?
Yeah. It's like my go-to spot, dude.
Okay. I love getting shortchanged and no money.
That's the only time it's happened. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's a one-off. If it happens again, then I'll just be like, hey, buddy. You guys got 5s?
You should walk back in. If you see that guy again, be like, "Oh, it's me. You got 5? Oh." Pull out a gun.
There was It's really weird. They don't understand the concept of like people barely being hungry there. So I was there once with a friend, and they ordered a kid's like cheeseburger, which is like the smaller cheeseburgers, and they were like, I'll put you down for an adult cheeseburger. And my friend was like, I just want a kid's cheeseburger. I'm not that hungry. And
they're like, okay.
The adult it'll fill you up. Like, just put down the damn kid's cheeseburger. Is it that hard? My God. I'll put you for adult.
There's a place next to remember we talked about Texas Roadhouse in O'Fallon the other day about how busy it was at 4:00. There's a bar. There's basically the same place like right next to it, but it's like a worse version. And we were just talking about like how do they stay open? We've been there a few times. Every time the food is like not great, It's enough
Covered
to
in
get
hair.
to buy. Ew. It's like a cheese grater, but like a head. So it's just shaved hair and skin.
I don't really like that, but
It's not
the ribs
Parmesan, but
underneath
it's something.
isn't bad.
It's nice and warm, so that's good, I guess. Warm hair.
Warm scalp.
Gross.
What did you order that's like bad?
That's what they serve here at the fucking Scientology flag convention. Scalp. That's all these quotes are so big, and the last one's like, "I love the scalp snack." And you're like, what? Excuse me. No, anyway, like we've been there before. We ordered like chips and salsa, and like the chips.
They messed up chips.
Dude, how do you mess up chips? The chips disintegrate when you touch them. They don't crunch.
Awesome.
They just kind of. It's like eating like wet cardboard. Wasn't good, but I mean, like, we've both been poor, so we just eat it, you know?
Don't complain.
Yeah, I mean, I have a grandma. We don't waste food, you know? We probably even brought it home,
Part of
to be
being
honest.
poor. I got a grandma too, bud.
All those rich people without grandmothers.
Sending them off to homes. Not
Okay,
us.
take care of you. No, she's still screaming in the other room. Gima.
Gmas,
Ew.
cut it out, dude.
Giga. Shut up.
Me mom, poo poo.
Anyway, that place has always been like, it was the same exact thing. We went there once and we were like, how big's like a side, like the side salad? And they were like, that's not enough. You should get more. We're like,
It's not enough
okay,
for you.
can we get a salad then, I guess? Like a chicken salad. It was the biggest fucking bowl. It was, I shit you not, it was this fucking big. Of the most meh salad you've ever seen.
Just lettuce?
It was just like, it was the white iceberg, you know? Like
A whole iceberg lettuce just ripped up by someone's hands in the back.
ugh. Dude, it was fucking gigantic. That was kind of messed up. I forget
And
the other
2
stuff we
cherry
ordered.
tomatoes.
Like we went there 2 or 3 times because it was there and it's a little cheaper. And each time it just was not quite right. And then the last time we were there, the third time we were there, it was for that wedding that I was at where I got fucking zooted. We went there twice because it's right there. And then we didn't go there again. But the wedding that I went to that I got I died at the day before. Remember that, guys? I describe an actually traumatic experience, and Nick's like, dude, greened out at a wedding. That moment when I'm afraid.
I smoke too much weed and I get scared.
So the day before that, they had the wedding reception, not the wedding reception, they had the rehearsal dinner, the end of it at that place with like a buffet. And the food was actually, that was the one time the food was actually good. And we were going to order some drinks. And the guy that's in the room, like the server, we're like, hey, can we order drinks? And he's like, oh, just go up to the bar and get the drinks. And I was like, okay. So I go up to the bar and I was like, hey man, can I get like a couple amaretto sours or whatever we were ordering? And the guy was like, I'm sorry, where'd you come from?
What?
I was like, I'm offering money for service. What do you mean, where the fuck did I come from? And I was like, we're in the wedding back room over there. He's like, you're not supposed to order drinks up there. You're supposed to tell the server, and the server tells me, and I make the drinks. That's the way it works. I'm like, great. Well, I'm here now. I just saved him the trip.
Can I tell you?
Do you want to make the fucking drink? And he flipped shit, so I just fucking, at that point.
Oh no, I was implying that he's just full on spitting in glasses and giving them to you.
Oh. I thought you were spitting into your fists. I was like, that's kind of a weird move, but okay.
All right, dude.
Maybe that's the way Nick fights. Big guy, okay. That's when I learned Nick fights with spitty fists.
Spitty fists.
You mean shitty fists? No, spitty. A fist full of spit. It's dripping. Yeah.
Glides off the face better.
He was genuinely so upset that I asked that moment when you're the bartender and someone asks you for a drink.
When someone asks you to do your job.
When someone asks you to do your fucking job. Jeez. And this guy wasn't like someone that was so young, maybe they were inexperienced, just dumb. This was like the owner of the place. He was full 40 years old, muscular, and just got all pissy because I asked him for a drink. It was crazy. I wasn't even that mad. I just turned around. I was like, whatever. I'm not going to fucking fight this shit. And we learned today that place is shutting down. And we were both like, I wonder fucking why. Good riddance, I guess. Jeez. Yeah, so that place is not going to be around anymore, which is just kind of hilarious. Because maybe when you ask the bartender to tend the bar, he goes,
where did you come from?
Yeah, what was that question? Where the fuck did you come from, buddy? The outside. What do you mean? He thought he was like hallucinating me. He's like, where did you come from? Where are these people? Crazy. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. If you leave a Spotify review,
an hour in.
If you leave a Spotify comment or an Apple Podcast review, we might read it if it's funny and 5 stars. So, that's the qualifications. Looking at Apple Podcast, we have some new ones. The first one says Pomcast review. Loved watching the podcast. Literally had my ears bleed while listening. Though the bleeding was from something I did accidentally and not from listening to you psych patients. I would be a patron if I had more than 15 cents in my account, but alas, I hope none of you die so I can keep listening. Oh, fucking okay. Right. I love when Daniel looks directly at the camera and makes a face. Nick and Julianna are very funny and also make great faces. Daniel is funny too. I am trying to say nice things and not make it sound like one of you isn't funny. You all are. Whoa. You read my thoughts. That's crazy. This is a 5-year-old typing this thing. I am trying to make it sound like all of you are funny because you all are.
I only have 15 cents.
I only have a quarter draw for my account. This is a fucking 5-year-old. Watching on YouTube definitely enhances the experience as I can see the visual bits. Watching the podcast is great because I can watch it. I'm sorry. They gave us 5 stars. We're just having fun with you. Thank you so much. Great podcast. Sorry for the review. Oh, now I feel bad. Yeah, don't be sorry. Shut up! No! The next one is 4 stars, so I'm not reading it.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. Fuck you guys who left us 4 stars. We have 65-star reviews, and that's the one that's 4 stars. Get fucked, asshole. Next one is from Glizzy Gobbler 57. That name is important for the review that follows. Are you ready?
Okay.
What kind of review do you think you're going to get from Glizzy Gobbler?
Something about glizzies. Hot dogs.
Yeah, that's what you would think. So now let's read. I was the one who sent you multiple paragraphs, Daniel, about needing mental help that one time, and I'm doing better now. But today I found out my grandpa has cancer, and we don't know that much, but I will keep you posted. Today has been a fever dream. 5 stars. Thanks, Glizzy Gobbler. Anyway, next one. I'm kidding. I really hope your grandpa gets better, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a crazy experience being someone who's a little bit larger in the social media space because I just get full-on DMs like, hey, I might kill myself. What should I do? And I'm like, well, first off, don't kill yourself. How about you pay to talk to me, bud? How about that?
You got a credit card?
Holy shit. I sent a screenshot of Lucy from the Peanuts with like that sign that's like, first I need a nickel. Oh, what a... Yeah. The sound of money. Money, 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 or whatever she says. That's terrible. The next one I'm skipping. The next one, 5 stars.
Why are you skipping that one?
Because it was the one that had 4 stars. The next one says... Shut up. Next one says, Dear all you crackheads, I am living in your walls and you should hideous have cheese. Maybe you should learn how to spell.
Maybe you should learn how to spell and type, buddy.
This is a mouse writing the review. Could you please put cheese in your walls? We're like, how about you type, bud?
Could you please talk about cheese as well?
I'm asleep at night. The mouse is on my phone on the bedstand. Like, please send us cheese. He took away all the pigeon area with spikes. We have nothing.
Please, I beg.
We've gone to new lows making fun of mice on this podcast. All right. We'll speed through the Spotify ones here. Oh, by the way, I don't know. Should we have a goal? If we get 300 downloads in the first week of this episode, we will actually do a naked episode.
We.
Correct. You signed the contract, Nick.
There's no contract, dude.
What's the thing with your name on it? I have your signature. What about that?
That's a
picture of Kate Upton, dude. Wait a minute. Why did you say? Never mind. I'm talking to no one. All right. Spotify comments. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. This is definitely a real comment. Oh, that's left by Pequeno. That was me.
You read your own joke.
I forgot.
Wow,
I knew I would
comments
forget.
are so good.
These comments are great. I like how they said it was definitely a real comment because it sounds like not a real comment.
Oh,
That's
course.
a good joke. Only a real comedian would think of that. Next one says, Daniel, I'm sorry you had a trip like that. I just had one like that at my company's Christmas party one time. I only remember fragments, but it was also terrifying, and I thought I was in hell. LMAO. Sorry. Bro is still having the trip because he said recently at the Christmas party. It's April. He's like, Merry Christmas. I am dying.
What day is it?
It's Christmas. Kwanzaa.
Why is everyone looking at me funny?
Why is the man in the chimney staring at me? This is definitely a podcast of all time. 10 out of 10 episode would have a brain aneurysm again. Okay. Next one says, should I buy the Patreon or the OnlyFans first? Definitely the Patreon. Next one says, did you know there was an anti-hero of World War II named Jake McNasty? Is that a meme? You're smiling. That means something. What does it mean?
World War II and Jake McNasty don't seem to...
Oh, that's... Okay.
They don't seem to correlate.
Me being 8 years old. Was that a meme? What are you laughing at? Where did you come from?
World War II legend Jake McNasty.
Can you imagine, like, the President Delano Roosevelt giving a medallion to Jake McNasty?
He exists!
Holy shit! That's an old-ass man with the American flag behind him. That's real. Anyway, thank you for your service, Jake McNasty. Next one. By the way, if you're Jake McNasty's grandson, please, when your grandpa is, like, asleep, blare this podcast in his ears. Oh, I'm going to go piss on his grave. Next one says, now I want to know what beef Daniel has with Rob Schneider. I don't have a beef with Rob Schneider. I think we just talked about him not being funny and him, like, going crazy. Didn't he go nuts recently?
Recently? It's been nuts for quite a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know he has a new show and they up the contrast so high so his blue eyes are just glowing and his teeth are shining bright white. He's very orangey looking.
Are we sure it's not just hard on the eyes?
Yeah, it could be, but it's very hard to look at. The jokes are painful. You should look it up, dude. Like, honestly, we should watch that one day.
Ew,
so
yeah.
bad.
Dude, I wish we lived nearby. We make so much React content. It'd be fucking hilarious. The next one says, I had a similar experience to Daniel with a bad trip. Oh, I'm putting my phone in front of... Isn't this great, watching the podcast for the visual bits? The next one says, I had a similar experience to Daniel with the bad trip. My friend group took too much of some edibles and greened out at the same time while at church. My boyfriend at the time had to go to the hospital. Holy shit. Imagine calling the ambulance from church. Got too full of the spirit.
Started speaking in tongues.
Okay.
He's actually tweaking.
Can you imagine tweaking to that sound of that organ? Like, boom, beep, beep, beep. Oh, it's a wedding. I don't know why I picked a wedding. What's a hymn? I don't remember a hymn. Our God is an awesome God. Tasmanian devil. I'm on that Tasmanian level dog shit. They forgot that I'm him.
I'm him Kardashian.
Dude, those videos give me life. Oh my fucking gosh, they're so funny. All right, next one says Daniel should take the chair back. I did. That was left by the hotel. This is from Embassy Suites. Huh, that's weird.
Weird.
Daniel should take the fucking chair back. We see it in the episode. That's how they found out. It wasn't from security cameras. They literally showed my manager a screenshot of the podcast and said, look,
This is his real podcast. You see what I see?
I gave him 4 stars because I hate him.
That's the one 4-star review.
Why don't you go
that
fuck
chair
yourself,
sucks.
Embassy?
You should give it back.
That chair's got cum stains on it. Give it back.
Doesn't even look like it goes with your furniture.
Doesn't even look like a chair. Stupid. What? Next one says, well, this was an episode where half of it was point and laugh at Daniel, but funny nonetheless. I hope you're okay, Daniel. Also, having an OnlyFans is crazy, and no feed on it? That's crazy. Also, crazy Mexican lady. Haha. Wait, what?
What?
All right. Well, the next one says, rip Daniel. It's like we can hear him now. Oh. The next one says, this is 5 episodes in a row of the Daniel Misfortune episodes. 6 if the episode this is read on also has Daniel in the name. Why can't things happen to Nick? It's always Daniel and Juliana. Oh.
What do you want me to
Hold on.
Dude, what did I do?
Enough happens to Nick.
Suffer?
Nick does suffer. It's just not funny, so we don't talk about it. Nick's like, can I share something? We're like, shut up, dude. Enough. It's not funny.
Anyway.
All your struggles and whatever. Yeah, what's the Daniel title this time?
Daniel's bouncing boner. Literally what we opened up with.
That's disgusting. Actually, it's pretty hot. If you log into OnlyFans, you can. Yeah, I'm not bouncing shit on that thing. Except my bank account. Next one says, I need an episode to recap. When did Daniel get a girlfriend? Did he do the Yoda voice to pull her or something? Next one says, listening to this in school is like playing Russian roulette, except all the slots have bullets, and those bullets make you wheeze laughing uncontrollably in front of a crowd of strangers. Dude. Are you going to school with strangers? What does that mean?
You know when you transfer schools?
Oh, yeah, that could have been it. Sorry, dude. Next one, Daniel, the man who stole a whole ass hotel chair. Next one says,
said it.
That was it. Yep. Next one says, my old PE teacher got hacked, and the hacker posted, I am the mayor of Titty City. Big inside joke at my school now. That's great. Oh, I love that. The next one says, eyebrow dude again. I actually got attacked by a dog while halfway through the podcast. Got some stitches in my right hand, so the next episode better be fucking baller as repercussion. I can't even tell if that's real or not, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know at this point. Next one, I'm starting to have moments where I mix memories from the podcast into my day-to-day life. Example, I recently thought there was a raccoon living in my house and my grandma was shot at, and then I remembered it was Lively. Help. Oh, no.
All right.
Maybe if you want to mix memories, you can mix your money into our Patreon, maybe. Hey guys, reality check. I just have to say that even with everything going wrong and TikTok being frustrating, you guys truly bring happiness to all your listeners, and we truly love you guys. Oh, wow, a nice comment. That's crazy. The next one says, me like bacon. It's always the ones right after the nice ones that are just the craziest. I listen to the podcast when I'm driving home from therapy. It's like a little treat, but not really.
Remember, if you want to get your little comment posted or read or whatever, leave a 5-star review. 4-star reviews not allowed.
Nope. 4-star review gets you doxxed, and I hope you die. I've hacked this guy's account. I didn't have very many other stories, just small things. I was getting my last blood draw. I'm finally negative for Epstein-Barr, finally. Remember when that first episode came out in like fucking February? It's done.
It took long enough.
Finally. I went back on my regular meds. I'm slowly getting less tired. But my last blood draw, we had to go to Quest, which is just kind of a shitty one, in my opinion. But we actually found a nice one. It was like attached to a hospital, so it actually had like hospital nurses doing it, which is so much better than a regular Quest, which is like the custodial closet at a Taco John's. It's just not a good place to be. Give me your arm. No thanks. I'm good.
Let me clean the needle real quick.
Yeah.
Last person left a mess.
Yeah. There's just blood spurted everywhere. Now, yeah, but you left a mess. I mean, nobody. Anyway.
Just put down your jacket. The seat's a little dirty.
I start taking off my jacket. They're like, you don't need to do that. I'll just get you through the fucking,
Right through.
Holy shit. They're sucking out bone marrow. No, but so the last one, I was like, okay, this is better. I hope this is good. I walk in there. The phlebotomist is uncontrollably hiccuping, like violently. I'm like, this is not what you want in a phlebotomist, because she's like leaning in with a needle and going. I'm like, oh my gosh, hiccups and stabs my eye. Terrible. Anyway, nothing funny with that. That was it. I didn't pass out.
Pure fear.
Yeah, I was a little scared for a second, but she was nice, so I was like, I'll let it slide. Also, I am sliding because I'm fucking passing out. No. And then just had like a very nice date weekend. I pretty much turned off my phone the whole weekend, so that was nice.
You had no choice.
She controls my phone.
Oh, I know. I was saying Verizon with their horrible service.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't say anything about my girlfriend. Anyway. Well, so now I have the new phone, so the texts come in, so that's good. The only other thing was we went to my work sometimes gives us like discounted or free tickets to stuff in the city to like support them. Mm-hmm. And this time it was tickets to Zoo Afterglow. And we were like, that kind of sounds nice. Basically, it was just like they have a bunch of light displays at the zoo after hours. I was like, so we'll get to see the animals and some lights. Nice. Get some ice cream. We get there, all of the animal things are shut down. And I was like, why are we even doing it at the fucking zoo then? There was a red panda that was there, and he was like asleep. We were like, oh, red panda. We turned around and we looked back, and they like took him inside. We were like, dog. He was sleeping, and they came in like,
you got a good
look? He's gone. What else? Yeah, like all the rest of it. There was flamingos. That was, I guess, it. Flamingos are cool, I guess.
Was that worth the price of admission?
So, like, the light things were kind of cool, but we're like, where are animals? Because we're at the zoo. And then at the St. Louis Zoo, they have like a railroad, like a little mini train that takes you around. Like normally they make stops so that you don't have to walk through the whole zoo, like when it's hot outside. Yeah. But this was just, they're giving everybody like a one round trip kind of deal. Okay. So we get on this thing, but A, the animals aren't out. And B, it's pitch black because the zoo isn't open at night normally. So we're just going through the dark bamboo forests at night with no lights. And the light on the train is like flickering. We're like, This is fun. Terrifying. Average Chicago metro experience. And dude, driving through a bamboo forest in the dark of night is fucking terrifying with like sounds in the background. You expect a tiger to like jump out of there and fucking start eating you guys. It's crazy. And if that wasn't enough, we go through like the tunnel that they have, which is just terrifying.
Daniel.
But like just like that whispered in my ear, I'm like, like, babe, we gotta get out.
No explanation.
No explanation. I just jump out. I start like weaving through the fucking tunnel. What's that man running away from? Anyway, I thought we turn a corner in the tunnel. There's just like a naked man at the end of the tunnel. Just we're like, oh, we gotta get out of here. Turn around.
What was that?
The engineers, the engineer at the front, it's like a horror movie, so the engineer at the front's like, who is that? The man like jumps up and starts like eating his neck. He's like, we're like,
you're ruining the tour.
Get out of the way. Yeah. And then if that wasn't enough, like halfway through the thing where we're not even at the, like, so basically 3/4 of it, or like maybe more than that, is the zoo. There were no animals. And then the last like bit of it is like where they change trains. So there's nothing over there. It's just like a garage and trains, and it's dark as shit. And they stop it and they're like, well, something's with the train. So we have to swap trains. If you want to get out here and go back, feel free. Or if you want to stay, just sit tight. And we're like, we're getting out here. So we get the fuck out and get back into the lights where we can see people again. It's crazy.
You want to live in the pitch black forest?
They literally, yeah. The old engineer with a white beard was like, you can wait here with us. Like, that's a minor, dude.
I have a tuna sandwich. Dude,
I have a tuna sandwich, a deck of Uno cards, and a whole night. Oh, no. The other guy just has a wrench. He's just, like, hitting the tire, like, bam, bam.
train no go. Guess you're stuck here with old Gus.
Oh, fuck me.
You ever seen a naked Willie, son?
You like movies about gladiators?
The monkeys aren't the only animals in this forest.
Woo! Starts whipping his...
What?
Sorry. I start talking sometimes and can't stop. So anyway, other than the train part, the rest of it was very nice. But yeah, no animals. We're going to have to come back when there's animals at the zoo.
Crazy concept,
Wild.
dude.
Crazy fucking concept. No, but it was pretty. Oh, it was so weird. Oh my gosh, this was funny. So when we got there, it was still a little bit light out, and there's a sea lion show, like a stage where they do sea lion shows, which are actually really cool. I remember those from when I was a kid. And there was a whole line that went like fucking down and out around the corner. It was so long. And they start letting people in right as we were walking by. And this big ass family wasn't looking, so we just like walked right in. And it wasn't sea lions after all that, but it was like apparently Chinese Heritage Night at the zoo for, the glowy animal day. They're just jamming all the random events into one place to save space.
Yeah, you can perform here. Come on.
Let's see. I mean, we have the glow thing going on, but yeah, we can do Chinese Heritage Night too. We'll work it in there. What?
Lights.
Lights in China. Anyway, what? So they had 3 performers come out, and I got videos of all of them. They're really impressive. One had basically different kinds of drums that were huge, like 5 feet tall, and like on the ground, like juggling them with their feet, like kicking them up in the air and doing all these tricks with them. Really random, but really impressive. I'm just like, that's crazy. But the funniest thing was, like, it's a big crowd, right? But it's not like a stage crowd, so they don't want to be there. So they come out and they're like completely straight faced, and they're like, music starts, like do their thing, and they get down there like start packing shit up, and the announcement's like, and now for our next performer, and they're like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And we're like, oh. But so there was a jar juggling person, there was a mask changing person. That guy was cool. He was dressed in all this stuff, and he had a fan, and like it was one of those sleight of hand magician things. He kept changing the mask he was wearing, but in the same instant as like the fan would pass by his face. It was really quick. And anyway, so that was really impressive. Again, really random, but it was really impressive. We were like, I was full on, I was such a kid. I was like, whoa, whoa. Every time he did it, I was so impressed every time.
Wow.
But then he came down to the crowd to give people high fives, and so I'm like,
me, please.
But other people were like not quite having it. Like, it was weird. What? The kids were like, ah. But like he went to a couple old people, and it was just, just like,
don't touch me.
His
don't
face
put that
changed.
juju on me.
And one guy was like, he was just like, we're like, dude, why are you here? This is so fun.
It always bums me out when there's like a cool performance and the crowd is just not having it.
I know, they weren't. I was like, come on, guys. The next person was doing like, they had the sticks sticking up out of the ground, and they would balance on one hand, like their whole body above the thing. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. Again, nothing to do with the zoo, but great. And then the last one was she put on like 8 hula hoops and was using all of them, and I was like, that's fucking wild. I am so entertained right now.
I'm coming back tomorrow.
I can't wait, dude. You're telling me they're not always at the zoo?
I gotta go to China.
Riley dropped this tidbit of fact on me. Did you know that all the pandas at the zoos in the U.S. were on contract from China? And the fucking contract ran out and China took them all back. There's no pandas in the U.S. anymore.
I did not know this.
Anyway.
Okay, that's very sad. We don't have any?
Nope, apparently none. Maybe there's one. He got away. I don't know. But they're pretty much all gone. And then I got back from the weekend, and my bathroom drains were plugged. The air was humid. I felt disgusting. So I called the maintenance people, and I felt gross because they were fixing all things at once. They're like, how are you living in a humid apartment with no drains working? I'm like, I don't know. Fix them, please. Yeah. How was your week, Nick?
The week was fine, but today I did have another instance. You brought up old people, and it just reminded me that today I had a very weird encounter.
Oh, no.
I hope to never get to the age where I'm just difficult. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I was at Walmart. We were just buying potato chips because we were gonna have sandwiches, and there's this old couple ahead of us, and this guy, he had 5 Almond Joy candy bars, and the cashier just grabs one and, scans it like normal, and he starts yelling at her, and he's like, "You gotta scan that slower. I picked all the candy bars that aren't crushed or bent or broken, so handle the next ones with kindness." And I'm just standing there like dumbfounded. The cashier even put their hands up and they're like, "Okay." And so he made that poor cashier, she grabbed the candy bars and slowly had to scan it and then put it in the bag just to please this guy. Because he full on yelled. I mean, people turned around.
Dude, if I was that cashier, I would have unwrapped it and eaten all 5 of them in front of him. And just watched his eyes fucking fall out of his head. That would have been hilarious.
And then his wife tries to stick up for him or explain, but she's like, "Oh, those are his pride and joy." What?
No, they're the Almond Joy, dumbass.
So dumb. And then
it's not Gerald's Joy.
His name was Howard, by the way. She called him out. She's like, "Howard, you can't be grumpy." And he's like, "No, I'm serious. Dude, if I get that upset over a candy bar, take me out back and shoot me in the head. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And then he got upset because she handled his bread wrong.
Oh
she didn't even grab it by the loaf. She grabbed it by the little frilly end at the end. She grabbed it like that and pulled it across.
And what did he say then? What was the wrong way?
He goes, "You could be a little gentler with that." It's bread.
I would have taken it by that frilly end and wound up and just popped him over the head with it. Because that'd be great. It's bread, so it's not going to kill him, but it'll knock him off his balance. So bad for that
cashier, dude.
That's terrible.
They pay, they leave, and the guy's just talking very loudly where she could hear, just insulting, these young people, just complaining.
"Sorry, honey, I'm so racist."
So then I go up and I try to be nice, and I'm like, "Hello," and the person's like, "Hi." And they scan the bag of chips. I pay. And this is straight out of a sitcom. I don't know if this has been done already. But as she was giving me my change, she goes like that and then goes... and then hands it back. And I'm like, dude.
Ew. Gross.
What bothers me the most is it wasn't like this and then that. It was you were handing it, and before I could even reach it, you took it back because you had a cough.
That's crazy.
It wasn't on purpose, but
that's wild.
Thanks, dude.
You have another arm too. What were they doing with the other hand?
I don't know.
Holding bread by the frilly end.
It's the dominant cough hand, Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Also, anyway, when I was explaining the Walmart story, I just realized we have an audio portion. The lady coughed all over the money. I don't know if I said that or not.
Oh.
Oops. They just hear coughing and then we start giggling.
They'll know because you said that she was handing you your change.
Yeah, so. Well, she pulled her hand back and then just coughed all over it. Gave it back.
Our audio listeners are smart.
Okay.
You tell the whole story in motions and you're like, "Oh, can't do that."
Silly me.
You're like, "So I went to Walmart."
Wonderful explanations.
Thanks. And for all of our blind listeners, deaf? Anyway, I don't know. Fucking something. All right, podcast notes. And we read, so if you become a patron, a couple different levels, we will read basically anything you give us within reason. We've skipped certain things before. But you know what? We let the racists pay us because at least it's money going to us and not hate crimes. So what can I say? Next, a first note that just came in 20 minutes ago from Big Ass Titan. Good call. Podcast not. I think he meant note, the illiterate moron. Just kidding.
You
podcast
mule.
Note. Stop. He's paying us $50 a month. He's our biggest patron. I just realized I don't have his bust.
I'm kidding.
Damn, I forgot the busts for the first time. Hold on. I'll get his at least because he's our star patron. Where is it? This is Mega Big Ass Titan's bust. They requested a flaming skull eagle And the library kind of looked at me funny when I had it printed. They were like, "Oh, are you racist? Because it looks like a racist symbol." I was like, "I promise it's not."
My father was a racist.
That joke it's so good every time. By the way, we had some really good. By the way, if you can support our TikTok, I'd really appreciate it because I've just been filming our computer screen because TikTok keeps taking shit down because they think it's QR fucking coded. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it makes
they
me
want
fucking kill
content made
myself.
in app, so we can't really upload without getting taken down immediately.
No edits
Very
anymore.
stupid.
It's awful. Which sucks because it happened right when I had, like, dude, it was the Ariana Grande boyfriend clip. It was 30 seconds long. It had pictures. It was fucking funny. That would have done numbers. I'm almost guaranteed. And yeah. Nope.
15
Anyway,
views.
yeah. Sorry. Okay. Mega Big Ass Titans podcast note. I have no note this week, so I want to say have a good day and live in peace with the aliens that live among us. Oh, wait. Oh. We're going to assume it's the non-racist aliens. Next note from our new patron, Spooky Dis. Here's the patron note. Howdy, P podcast. This is my first patron note. I hope the 2 sick members and Nick are doing well. I am doing a little better.
I'm doing good.
Juliana died. And Nick is how are you doing, Nick?
I'm here.
Okay. Anyway, so I have been running an odd personality study after recently getting into the band AJR and noticed the weird hate towards the band. I was curious what the Raccoons of Podcast Equipment thought of AJR. What's AJR?
It's like Imagine Dragons.
Sorry, I was laughing about something else. Sorry. I have an eagle on my shoulder. Anyway, okay, yeah, so you asked the wrong person. I don't know any bands. Taylor fucking, what's her name? Swift came out with a fucking album. Dude, we gotta talk about that with Juliana. It's terrible.
Yeah, we'll wait for her to come back and
we'll wait for her.
We'll explain.
Let's go back to the 1830s, but without the racism. 1830s.
Dude, holy shit, that's insane. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, note from Catalyst. Sorry, when I make those sounds, I don't mean like it's bad. I just sometimes I make sounds, you know? Anyway, this long ass note from Catalyst. Podcast note. One of the things that I love about working at a youth organization that's been around for 80 years is the stories upon stories we get from the youth themselves and the adult staff. I was talking to a fellow adult staff for this weekend, and he was telling me that when he went to camp with this youth organization, some pretty wild stuff went down. The story that he told me made me crack up the most is the one I'm going to tell you now. The youth organization provides equipment to the youth, depending on what camp they are taking and what activities they will be doing. One of the goals of this organization is that anybody who wants to attend can attend, regardless of financial situation. This means the youth can be supplied with running shoes, but the quality of these shoes is still up for debate. About 30 years ago, at a camp that this adult staffer attended, a number of the youth realized that if you took these crappy shoes and tied them together and tossed them in a washing machine, the washing machine would start shaking so much that it would actually begin to move across the floor. So the staffer walked into the living areas for one of these youth and could hear just a bunch of them screaming and yelling. He went upstairs only to find that these kids had taken about 24 of these shoes, thrown in a dozen, each in 2 different washing machines, and switched them onto the highest cycle to get them to move quickly and loudly. They then put a piece of duct tape across the floor of the washroom, and they were placing bets on which washing machine would cross the line first. Mind you, there were about 16 of these youth in one room, yelling and cheering and literally exchanging money over the bet for this. The adult staff I was talking to said he couldn't seriously announce any sort of disciplinary measures to them because he was busily doubling over laughing at the whole situation. Dude, they full and walked in on like a casino betting, like underground betting shit. The kids were smoking, they were passing together chips and coins. Dude. The washing machines are just going across the floor. That's crazy.
That's so good, dude.
My question for you all is, have you ever had an experience where you were a person of authority and could not seriously discipline those underneath you because what they were doing was so funny? I hope everyone's starting to feel better and Daniel stops smoking the fucking weed. It's no wonder you're tripping so bad. All my love and peace, Catalyst. I've been in places of authority, but I have disciplined people.
Okay, well, I haven't, but I remember it wasn't my place to discipline, but I remember in 8th grade, we were in a program where we had like kindergartners as partners, and we had to take them and do field trips with them and whatever. Everyone was assigned a kid, and it's kind of like I think it was called like Big Buddies or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But there was one kid who his partner was just like not a good guy. Like, I know we were 8th graders, but there was one guy that was like teaching him how to pimp walk and how to talk to women.
Oh no.
So there's like a 4-year-old that went up to another 4-year-old and went like, "What up, shoddy?" I was like, dude, what are you teaching this kid?
That's so
I can't
funny.
be like, you can't say that because I'm just also a kid. But
You're like, I can't tell him not to say that because I literally just said that to a girl the other day.
Yeah, I didn't discipline him. But
I think for me, it wasn't super funny at the time, but when that larger kid jumped off the fucking balcony onto the trust fall, not truth fall. I've killed 10 people. What, dude? And just like I can't discipline the kids for being weak, but the kid like broke his skull doing that. So that was kind of that kid is still to this day mentally undeveloped.
oh no,
I visit him time to time. I'm like, "How you doing?"
It hurts.
Okay, bud. Anyway, see you next week. I don't come back for a month. I'm like, "Hey, bud." He's like, "You said it was going to be a week." I'm like, "It is a week." "No, it's not." "Shh, you don't know time, you stupid little beautiful angel. Next note from Dawn. "Hello, my cunty trio. Hope you all are doing well. Some time ago, I was walking to the pharmacist whilst listening to Another Believer from the Meet the Robinsons soundtrack. Yeah. When I came to an epiphany. All my life, I've been doing things that fit the norms and make me blend in with everyone else so as not to stand out or make a fuss in an effort to make life easier for myself, and I realized how unhappy that has made me. It stopped me from expressing myself and from being who I am, just so no one else is uneasy or upset. And ever since, I've realized it actively goes against that line... And ever since, I've realized it actively gone against that line of thinking by expressing and being myself instead of what makes others comfortable. I've become so much happier. So to anyone listening who's worried about expressing and being themselves, fuck everyone else and do what makes you happy. You want to paint your nails? Do it. Want to date someone of the same gender? Go for it. In the end, it's your life and not theirs, so do what's best for you, not for them. Wow, that's the most nice, positive note we've ever had on this podcast, ever.
We had washing machine betting, and then we just go straight to...
And then straight to, you can be anyone you want to be. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
You can shine no matter what you're made of.
Anyway, the washing machines were jumping across that duct tape floor. Crazy. That's so funny. All right, note from Lo. Pod note. You give me too much credit for my last note. It almost made me blush. Oh, the big poem. Oh, I don't know if I can come up with anything. Down across the lake to be. Proceeds to write the most lovely poem since Shakespeare.
Poem I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, we were crying at the end of it. In reality, I had most of the poem saved on my phone, and I just finished it while laying in bed. Oh, so you lied. You lied.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, get out of here. We're not reading the rest.
Boo. 4-star review. Anyway, next note. No, I'm kidding. I have 2 ideas for future poems and would like for the group to decide which one I should write about. Option 1 is a jester that travels through the lands, spreading joy with every step he takes. Option 2 is about a creepy old creepypasta that is Jeff the Killer, and now he roams the night looking for the next victim to add to the list. I think you should write a poem where they both meet in the middle of a field
and they
somewhere.
kiss really hard. I mean, who said that? Anyway, you should write about that.
Anyway, make the tips... Anyway. For now, enjoy this poem about possums having a feast.
Okay.
Oh, now switch my poem voice. Where am I?
Is that part of it?
No, I lost my place. I'm like scared. An old man. Where the fuck am I? In a moonlit glow they gather, possum's silent feast, underneath the canopy where shadows find release.
Amidst the rustling leaves, a whispered symphony, as possums dine in secrecy beneath the ancient tree. Their tiny paws aflutter, with grace they softly tread upon the forest floor where secrets lie unsaid. They nibble on the berries and sip the dewy nectar. In this tranquil midnight hour, nothing seems to fracture. The stars their only witness as they dance in gentle glee in this nocturnal banquet beneath the sylvan canopy. With tails held high, they prance and play in nature's gallant grand ballet. A possum's feast beneath the moon until the break of day. These are so cute. This is so lovely and adorable. Ah, beautiful.
Very sweet, thank you.
Last note from Retroscriptor. Note, I visited Mexico to see some family members I haven't been introduced yet with my siblings years ago. One night, there was a party, and the children started to pop balloons. My brother had a phobia of loud noises and started having a panic attack. He was shaking and crying, and I couldn't do anything to help besides hold him in my arms. The kids laughed and continued to pop them in front of him. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. This is just, awful. It gets worse. Jeez. No. The kids laughed and continued to pop them in front of him, knowing what he had. He was sobbing, and I kept drying his tears, Drying his tears, telling him everything was going to be okay, and we'll be home soon. I love you so much. I never heard my brother say that to me, and it meant the world. It still does mean that so much whenever he barges into my room without knocking, tries to steal my makeup, steal my Red Bulls and snacks, and ask me for money to go to the mall. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Oh, the next part of the note. When I visited to Texas after living in Utah for most of my childhood, I went mute. I couldn't gather enough courage to talk to another human being. In 8th grade, I had the biggest crush on Jonathan, a lanky, extremely smart classmate with the most gorgeous eyes and crooked smile. I placed a sticky note inside of his yearbook with a smiley face wearing glasses that read, "Hope you have a good day," and darted off. I didn't talk to him until he joined the high school AV club I was in. We filmed a live rodeo together and exchanged phone numbers for the activity. I forgot about the silly crush altogether. We shared an economics class next year, and he texted me, asked me for some notes, and I took photos because his were too blurry to read. We immediately clicked, talking all day and night, him spoiling me with donuts before classes started in the morning and hanging out in the library. I left my boyfriend to be with him, and I never regretted it. After a few months of being together, What do you mean, oh? I left my wife for 14 years for this.
Pulling a SpongeBob in ponytail.
After a few months of being together, he showed me a box of things he saved. A card for the prom we went to, as well as his bow tie that he wore, a school dance flyer, and the sticky note I gave him back in 8th grade. Aw. That's cute.
Can't believe you left your, your significant other, dude. So they're over there suffering. I'm kidding.
Hey, I mean, if your person isn't giving you enough romantic shit, fucking leave them. Ditch them. Just don't cheat on them, you know? Cheating's the ones that leave people. I wish so many people would leave people. So many people are in shitty fucking relationships. All right, that's all the notes we have for today. Thank you guys for joining the podcast episode. This is like the shortest recording we've ever had. We have work and we don't get paid enough for it. So please pay our Patreon so we can pay Nick. Please. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good night and say something funny, Nick.
Fortnite Obama.
What happened with Fortnite Obama? Oh.
Me and Fortnite Obama go way back.
You know what? I don't remember.
Okay.
Let me be clear. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.